Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session with Dashboard Gear. Today's session is going to be a little bit different than some past sessions. We've been kind of going through how-to tips and tricks and different things. Today, we're going to talk about a topic I get asked about quite a bit from our different customers, and that is around the skills and knowledge needed by business intelligence professionals. Today, we're going to be kind of diving into what I believe are the things that you need to be successful in a career in business intelligence. Now, where the question comes from a lot of times in the organization is they know they need someone that's going to be their reporting person or their business intelligence or analytics person. And in their mind, they're thinking, we're going to find someone, they're going to be able to produce all the content that our organization needs for the answer. In reality, when you're talking about a business intelligence professional, there's really three key skills that they need to have. One is technical skills. Now, this is the one that most people obviously think of. Well, do they know SQL? Do they know XMLA or MDX or cubes or databases, permissions, security, networking? I mean, there's all these technical things that come into play when you're talking about deploying a business intelligence solution. The second piece they need, though, are the business application knowledge. So, do they understand if they're a financial analytics person? Let's say, do they understand P&Ls and balance sheets and ratios? Do they understand why they're trying to build the content that they're building? And then the third piece kind of falls between those, and that's the application data itself and how that bridge happens. So if you do need to do a P&L, let's say, you need to know what it is, but you also need to know where to get that data or how that's derived within the organization. So it's really hard to find someone that has all three of those levels. So most of the time, the answer is actually usually two people are needed. Unfortunately, it's a two-person thing. Now, there are a few people that um, are able to do that from front to back. There's always a weakness in there somewhere. But what I find is the easiest to do is to take a business person that loves technology, that wants to kind of make that transition over and get into the technology. They'll never be a deep, deep technology person because from where they came, but it's far easier for a business person to take that kind of leap down into the technical aspects of it. So that's what I find is the easiest to do. So now when I'm hiring people as part of Dashboard Gear, we're looking for strong business people that really love technology and want to dive into that. Now we get complimented and we have technical folks obviously around that as well, but for our consultants that go out, it's usually easier if they have a strong business background to do that. And then within each of those buckets, obviously, there's all kinds of disciplines. And that's more or less what we've been getting into in all these topics from week to week has been the uh, deep technical pieces within each of those, and primarily within the technical tools. We've been talking a lot about SQL or about the tools within, how do you do this in SSRS or Excel or the tool itself? It's because it's easy to kind of focus in on those technical pieces, and that's kind of the how-to. Gets a little bit trickier for me to talk at a general place on the business side because some of you are coming from, let's say, the HR front, want to talk about turnover or headcount. So I try to make those sessions specific within that, but just know that that's in there. So that really is the key part of my message is just know that there's really the two parts. And unless you're going to have that unusual person that can kind of go from front to back across all of it, it's probably going to be a team that's going to do it to bridge that gap. And where this comes up a lot, honestly, in our sales cycle, when people ask me, who's your number one competitor at Dashboard Gear? Quite honestly, it's usually the technical person that's in the organization that's thinking, I can build that myself because I know the data, I know how to do that, and they're right. Technically, they could because it's data analytics. It's taking the data and crunching it and put it in there. They can, but what they're discounting is all that knowledge on the rest of it, which is what are the business application needs? How do you really do that? How do you define separation rate and turnover and a P&L and a balance sheet. So unless there's someone else in the organization that's going to walk through it with them, they're kind of shortchanging or discounting how much knowledge actually exists on the financial side or the HR side or the supply chain side or whatever it happens to be. So that's enough of my kind of soapbox, but just know that if you're doing a BI tool, don't expect to just take a tool, a technical tool, plug it in and away you go, because you still have to have the rest of the knowledge downstream. So thank you for joining us today. And next week, I'm going to get back to a little more how to and the specifics of how to do things. So thanks and have a great day.